You know how some stories just stick with you? Well, today we're going to dig into one of those, a timeless fable called The Soap Seller's Son. And we're going to break it down to see the hidden formula, the classic hero's journey that makes stories like this so powerful.
This right here, this is the question at the very heart of the story. It's all about how one single choice, just one act of kindness, can kick off this incredible chain reaction, a total transformation from, poverty all the way to royalty. So, let's see how it all plays out. All right, so every hero's journey has to start somewhere, right? It starts in what storytellers call the ordinary world. So, let's meet our hero, Aslam, and get a feel for the world he is just dying to get out of.
So, the story kicks off in this little village called Azamar, and right away, you see this family is just stuck. They're trapped in this cycle of poverty. The dad, Farouk, sells soap, but here's the kicker. He's in a town where nobody uses soap. I mean, talk about a failing business model. They're literally struggling just to get 2 meals a day. It is the definition of a hopeless situation, which, believe it or not, is the perfect place for a hero story to begin. But right in the middle of all this hopelessness, we see that first little spark of what a hero is. The youngest son, Aslam, he steps up. He basically tells his dad, "You're not doing this alone anymore. I'll go work from now on." He decides to put the family's survival on his own shoulders. And that is the moment his journey really truly begins. Okay, so now we get to one of those classic, pivotal moments in any hero's story. It's called the call to adventure. This is that point where a totally normal day at the market is about to get turned completely upside down.
So picture this. Aslam is just trying to earn a few coins, do his thing, when the royal procession comes through. And then bam, chaos. A lion bursts out of the forest and attacks. Everyone starts running for their lives. And in that split second, Aslam has a choice that's going to define everything. Does he run and save himself, or does he answer that call to be a hero?
And you know what? He doesn't even hesitate. He sees an iron workshop, grabs a burning stick, just a simple piece of wood on fire, and with incredible courage he uses it. He literally stands between the terrified princess and this lion and manages to drive the huge beast away. It's this completely selfless, split-second decision that just screams hero potential.
Yeah, getting a reward of gold coins is great, for sure, but the real life-changing thing here is the idea it plants in Aslam's head. He starts thinking, wow, if they reward one good deed this much, imagine the opportunities in a state that wealthy. So it's not just about the money anymore. It's about him seeing a whole new path, a new destiny opening up.
So, with this brand new vision for their future, Aslam actually convinces his father to pack up and leave everything they know behind. They set off for the princess's rich state, and this kicks off the next big part of the adventure, a really dangerous journey into the total unknown. And this is where we see those classic trials that every hero has to face. The road is not easy, not at all. They've got to get through a dense forest and then somehow cross this huge, brutal desert. Every single step of this is basically a test of their will, their character. It's to see if they're really worthy of the goal they're chasing.
Now, it's right in the middle of these tough trials that Aslam does another simple, kind thing. He finds an old man who is just dying of thirst, and he gives the man his own water. And this one selfless act leads straight to a huge turning point, what we call supernatural aid. It's that classic part of the story where the hero gets a little magical boost.
So the old man is incredibly grateful, and he gives Aslam a magical cup. But it comes with these really weird instructions. Add 5 drops of water, and it'll show you the future. Now this seems like a kind of strange, small gift, but believe me, it is going to be the most important tool he has for the huge challenge that's waiting for him. And then, in this amazing twist of fate, what do they run into? Another lion. But get this time, they're the ones who get saved, and it's by Princess Chitrangana herself. She recognizes Aslam, the boy who saved her, and invites him and his father to the palace as royal guests. It's incredible. His very first good deed brought him exactly where he wanted to go.
So here he is. He's inside the palace he's been dreaming about. But now he has to face his biggest test yet. And trust me, it is not what he or anyone was expecting.
So one day, he gets curious about that cup. He tries it out, puts in the 5 drops of water, and he sees this absolutely terrifying vision. Someone is coming to kill the king. He immediately runs to warn him, but yeah, the king is not buying it.
The king just brushes him off. He's like, "No one can kill me.
I've got my guards. It's that classic overconfidence, you know? And it totally sets the stage for a really dramatic, really dangerous showdown. It's going to force our hero to step up when the people in charge won't listen.
Even though the king blew him off, Aslam just can't shake this bad feeling. And later that night, he hears this weird sound, and his fears are confirmed. He decides to trust his gut instead of the king's orders, and he heads straight for the royal chamber.
And when he gets inside, it's a nightmare. His vision is coming true. A man is attacking the king. Aslam doesn't think, he just acts. He tackles the guy, who then turns into a terrifying demon. In the middle of all this chaos, that magical cup falls out of his pocket, and poof! In a flash of light, the old man from the desert appears and just obliterates the demon. It's the final showdown, and you see everything coming together. Aslam's courage, that magical cup, and his absolute commitment to doing the right thing.
So, after facing down a literal demon and saving not just the king, but the whole kingdom, Aslam's transformation from a poor kid to a real hero is finally complete.
And his rewards come fast. The king, super grateful to be alive, makes Aslam his prime minister right on the spot. Then the princess, who sees he's more than just a hero, he's a man with real character, she marries him. And eventually the son of a humble soap seller is named the new king. The transformation is just total.
I mean, just think about that transformation. It is staggering. He started out as the son of a failing soap seller, struggling to even eat. He ends up a responsible, dutiful king. And it wasn't just luck, right? It was a journey that was defined by his courage and his kindness, every step of the way.
And that brings us to the moral of the story, which is actually pretty simple, but also really profound. It's a message that's been told for ages. Good deeds lead to good things. Simple as that. Kindness and courage are rewards in themselves, but yeah, they usually lead to other good stuff too.
So you see, this old story isn't just some fairy tale. It's more like a blueprint. It shows us how facing a challenge with a bit of courage can literally change your entire life. And that kind of leaves us with one last question to think about, right? What's the lion in your life? What's that unexpected challenge or opportunity just waiting for you to face it with a brave and good deed?